Today I will be making a traditional Peruvian dish known as Pachamanca. This dish was first created by the Incan people of Mesoamerica. And this dish dates back to the 10th century. And it would traditionally be prepared by digging big holes in the ground and setting fires and stones in there. Now, I have everything prepared. We have our meat, which has been marinated for 2 hours in a dish, in a marinade, and I'll put the ingredients up on screen now. We have 2 sweet potatoes and 3 regular potatoes, and they have been chopped, and the sweet potatoes have been skinned, and then we have hominy, canned, because we're not able to make it. And then here we have a little bundle tied by corn husks, dried corn husks, and this contains 4 parsley sprigs, 4 cilantro sprigs, and 4 mint sprigs each. And then over here we have a layer of corn husks. This pan is turned off, where we will then layer on our meat, and then another layer of corn husks, more meat, and then our vegetables. So now we are going to take the meat over here, and we are going to grab out the pork, and you can tell that it is the pork. Sorry, you can tell that it's the pork because it is a red meat. This is chicken, and it's whiter than the other. Now first, we're gonna put in some olive oil. Good bit dosage, and this is a very hot pan, so I'm gonna grab out a hot pad here. Gonna get our oil moved around there. Now we are going to start cooking our pork, and our goal here will be to develop a crisp, a little crunchy outside there. It smells amazing. It's very fragrant. It has, it smells very good. And we're just gonna let the pork sit till it develops a crisp, and then we're gonna flip it to the other side, trying not to cook it all the way through, but probably wouldn't hurt that much. And then I'll come back to you once the pork is done. Okay, so we've taken our chicken out of the pan and we've put it onto our thing. I wasn't recording, sadly. Now I'm gonna come back to you once we're ready to put the vegetable in. Alrighty, now we're going to set our vegetables on there. Thank you. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna place our vegetables on. And we have 2 chopped sweet potatoes, and then 2 regular potatoes that have also been chopped in half. 3 regular potatoes that have been chopped in half. Alrighty, there we go. Now we are going to put in our hamoni, which are basically dried and cooked corn kernels. Basically like corn on the cob jerky. Now we're going to take our last mint sprig, we're going to put it in there, and then we're going to grab our chicken broth, and I'll come back to you once we're ready to put that in. Alrighty, we put some more corn husks on, and I'm just going to fix this one real quick that just popped up, and then alrighty. Alright, now we are going to pour our chicken broth around the sides of our corn husks. Oh, got a little bit of runoff there. And this is 1 1/2 cup of chicken broth. And what this will do is it'll steam. Just gonna readjust here. This will steam our vegetables. I think if you wanted to, you could sear your vegetables in the same pan if you wanted to impart a little bit more flavor onto it. And yeah, So now what we're going to do is we're going to, yeah, we have a little bit of, forgot a step here actually. We have the rest of our marinating liquid, which we didn't put on, which you're supposed to use half of it. Now we are going to dump that on. Not very equal, but here we go. Marinating liquid is on the vegetables. I'm just gonna get this little last bit, and there we go. Forgot a step, but it should be okay. Now we are going to put this lid on, and then we are going to turn the heat to low, so about there, and then it's basically gonna slow cook for about, and we're going to, and I didn't say it, but we're going to slow cook this for 1 hour. Alrighty, here we are. We're gonna check to see if the Pachamanca is done. It smells good. And these corn tortillas are, not corn tortillas, corn husks, very pliable. So then we're going to go over here. We're gonna grab a fork. Gonna take our fork and we're gonna stick it in. Looks like it needs some more time. And so how this works is that the chicken broth is basically going to slow cook everything inside of it. And the corn tortillas will keep it in and act as a steamer. Alrighty, there we go. We're gonna check the Pachamanca now. We're gonna check the Pachamanca as I just said. Oh, and here we go. And I already have checked it a little bit, but oh, yep, potatoes. Nice, and they push in well, push in easy. So now what we're going to do to plate this is we're just going to take all the meat and potatoes out, and we're going to cut them all up. Just gonna let it cool for a little bit though. Alrighty, so now we have the Pachamanca finished. I'm gonna get a piece of sweet potato. Sweet potato was good. I really like the marinade that we put on it. It's cooked very well. It's delicious. Now we're gonna move on to the next part. It's got I'll describe the taste once we get to the meat. The regular potato is delicious. It's very firm and it's nice. All right, now I'm gonna try some of the corn. So it's firm and it's like corn, but it has a little bit more flavor. And the flavor, it's kind of earthen, and it's got a little bit more spice. All right, now we're gonna move on to the chicken. Alrighty. The chicken is dry, but it's good. The flavor on it is, it reminds me of, well, it reminds me of chicken, but it reminds me of like a well-seasoned piece of turkey, honestly. It reminds me of turkey. Tastes like turkey. Then we're gonna move on to the pork here. Oh, this is delicious. It's basically, reminds me of it's fatty and juicy. Then there's the mint and cilantro and parsley. Ooh, you can taste it. Oh, it's really good. So overall, I would definitely recommend this dish if you have a lot of time and a lot of ingredients, but out of 1 out of 10, so scale, I'd give it an 8. It's really good. Chicken's a little bit dry. It's my biggest issue. But otherwise, this is delicious.